joy of every one of us. The economy is looking good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about.
Can you trust everything your government tells you? Now that's a question that has been asked countless times over the course of history. Today, we delve into a recent controversy surrounding President Bola Tinubu's claim and the Nigerian government's propaganda. But first, let's set the stage. President Tinubu made a claim, a declaration that stirred the pot, shaking the very foundation of the public's trust in the government. Meanwhile, the Nigerian government, in an effort to control the narrative, began disseminating what some might call propaganda. This is where our story begins. Enter Maersk, the multinational shipping titan. Not a traditional player in political dramas, Maersk found itself in an unusual role, smack in the middle of this controversy. It wasn't an active choice on their part, but rather a result of their commitment to integrity and truth. Maersk's involvement gives us a unique perspective on the situation, revealing a side of the story that might otherwise have remained hidden. But how did they get involved in this political maelstrom? Well, that's a tale of investigative journalism at its finest. You see, investigative journalists are like the detectives of the news world. They don't simply report the news, they dig for it, uncovering hidden truths and shedding light on murky situations. In this case, their relentless pursuit of the truth brought Maersk into the picture. And what they uncovered has far-reaching implications. This is not just about one claim or one piece of propaganda. It's about the fundamental trust between a government and its people. It's about the power of investigative journalism to pierce through the veil of misinformation and reveal the truth. So, as we delve into this saga, remember to question, to probe, and to think critically, because when it comes to the information we consume, is not always as straightforward as it seems. It's time to dig deeper into the facts. President Bola Tinubu made a bold claim, but was it accurate? Let's dive into it. The Nigerian president confidently asserted that the country had made significant strides in reducing corruption and elevating economic growth. This claim was not just a casual remark, but a powerful statement that echoed throughout the nation, stirring a wave of optimism among the citizens. The government, quick to seize the opportunity, amplified this narrative, using it as a testament to their governance.
I campaign on hope. I have to rest on that hope and push for that hope for the joy of every one of us. The economy is looking good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Yes, we know we have the challenge of inflation.
The claim was broadcasted far and wide, painted across media outlets, social media platforms, and even in casual conversations around the nation. It was a message of hope, a beacon of progress, a testament to the administration's commitment to the people. The president's claim was more than just a statement. It was a narrative that had been woven into the fabric of the nation's consciousness. The public reaction was largely positive. Many citizens, weary from years of economic stagnation and rampant corruption, latched onto this narrative with hope and relief. They saw in it a promise of a brighter future, a testament to the government's dedication to uplifting the nation. The claim was a beacon of hope in a sea of despair, a ray of light piercing through the dark clouds of uncertainty. Yet the government's role in spreading this claim was not without controversy. Critics argue that the administration was using the claim as a propaganda tool, a means to divert attention from the pressing issues that still plague the nation. They accused the government of painting an overly rosy picture of the situation, of glossing over the cracks that still marred the nation's landscape. However, not everyone was convinced by this narrative. Maersk, a global conglomerate, decided to challenge the status quo. With a reputation for integrity and truth, the shipping giant took a bold step to debunk the claims made by President Bola Tinubu. Not just a company known for its maritime prowess, Maersk's commitment to transparency and accountability propelled them into this political discourse. So, what led Maersk to intervene? Simply put, they saw a misrepresentation of facts that they could not ignore. As a key player in the global shipping industry, they had the necessary data and resources to challenge the president's claim. The company believed it was their responsibility to ensure that the truth was not obscured by political propaganda. Maersk's counterargument was a masterclass in tactful yet firm rebuttal. They presented their case not with rhetoric, but with hard, undeniable facts. They laid out the data on Nigeria's shipping industry, revealing discrepancies between Tinubu's assertions and the reality of the situation. This was not an impulsive action, but a thoughtful response backed by the company's extensive research and deep understanding of the industry. The evidence Maersk presented was compelling. They used their vast repository of shipping data, combined with their understanding of international trade dynamics, to paint a clear picture of the true state of Nigeria's maritime industry. With each piece of evidence, they systematically dismantled Tinubu's claim, exposing the dissonance between the government's narrative and the reality on the ground. This was not an act of defiance for defiance's sake. This was Maersk standing up for truth and transparency, for the sake of their customers, their stakeholders, and the millions of Nigerians whose lives are impacted by the country's shipping industry. Their actions underscored the importance of truth in public discourse and reminded us that corporations too have a role to play in holding governments accountable. This revelation sent shockwaves through the nation. Maersk's intervention shook the foundations of the propaganda, forcing the government, the public, and the world to confront the reality of the situation. It was a powerful reminder that truth always finds a way to surface, even in the face of the most entrenched narratives. The fallout from Maersk's revelation was swift and severe. No sooner had the truth been laid bare, the public reaction was immediate and intense. Social media platforms were flooded with indignation and calls for accountability. The people had been misled, and they were far from quiet about their discontent. The government, caught in the crosshairs of public outrage, had to respond. The initial response was a flurry of denials and deflections. However, as the evidence backed by Maersk became irrefutable, there was a visible shift in their propaganda tactics. The rhetoric was toned down. The grandiose claims were replaced with more cautious statements, and a promise of transparency was made. Whether this promise will be upheld, only time will tell. And what of President Bola Tinubu, the man at the center of this controversy? His image, once that of a charismatic leader with a clear vision for Nigeria, was now marred by this incident. His credibility was called into question, and his every word was now met with skepticism. The public had seen the curtain pulled back, and the wizard was not as magical as they had been led to believe. This incident, however, did more than just expose a lie. It sparked a conversation about the importance of truth in governance. It highlighted the need for accountability and transparency from our leaders. It was a reminder that the people, when armed with truth, have the power to demand change and better governance. The incident served as a stark reminder of the power of truth. In a world where fake news and propaganda often blur the lines of reality, it was a wake-up call. It served as a reminder that truth, no matter how inconvenient or uncomfortable, has a way of coming to the surface. And when it does, it has the power to shake the very foundations of power. So, what can we take away from this incident? From the revelation of this incident, we can learn a few key lessons. First and foremost, we are reminded of the critical importance of fact-checking. In our modern world, where information is at our fingertips and can spread like wildfire, it has never been more important to verify the accuracy of claims. We've seen how one unchecked assertion can lead to widespread misinformation, which can have serious consequences. This incident also underlines the crucial role that investigative journalism plays in our society. Journalists aren't just reporters, they're detectives sifting through the noise in search of the truth. Their work holds power to account, ensuring that those in positions of influence can't manipulate the narrative to serve their own ends. It's a tough job, but as we've seen, it's absolutely essential. Reflecting on the impact of propaganda, it's clear that it's a powerful tool, capable of shaping public opinion and influencing policy. However, as this incident shows, propaganda can also be a double-edged sword. When the truth is revealed, those who have relied on propaganda can find their credibility shattered. This brings us to another crucial lesson: the importance of transparency in government. Transparency isn't just about releasing documents or holding press conferences. It's about being honest and open with citizens, acknowledging mistakes and failures, and making a commitment to improve. It's about building trust, and as we've seen in this scenario, trust is something that can't be easily regained once it's lost. In conclusion, this incident serves as a stark reminder of the importance of fact-checking, the role of investigative journalism, the impact of propaganda, and the need for transparency in government. It's a lesson in the power of truth and the dangers of misinformation. Remember, the truth is out there. All you need to do is look for it.